All right, guys, this year we decided to make a video because we want to personally say thank you for all of your giving and your generosity. We have had all kinds of awesome things happening at the church this last year. Obviously, we've grown. It's a little harder to find a seat, especially if you want to find your favorite seat, but that's because God is blessing it, and there's all kinds of fruit coming. We've had baptisms, I think, every month this year. We've had people come into L3, and L3 is growing. Just so many ministries have just been flourishing, and all of those ministries are because of the money that you guys are giving, along with, obviously the hard work of the volunteers and God blessing it. But it does take money to do it, and your generosity is helping make that happen. Lots of stuff's happened with ladies ministry too.
Lots and lots. We're growing. We meet every other week for coffee and Bible study, and then once a quarter now for Women Are. We're always having to pull more chairs. I always am trying to buy more tables, more tablecloths, because it keeps growing. It's always, we expect a certain amount, and then there's always more, and it's because you guys are inviting and you're bringing people and you're making an environment where ladies want to come, they feel connected, they feel in community. Our community groups are growing. We launched 1 or 2 new ones this year. Everything is busting at the seams. 2 services. This is our full year. I don't think it's been a full year yet of 2 services.
Yeah, even if you remember our Friendsgiving, if you made it out to that, we rented both sides of a gym this year at YMCA. Last year was only one half of a gym. This time we got the whole thing, and we were still almost crowded out of it. So that is just awesome things that God's doing. We've seen marriages restored. We've seen people coming out of addiction. Our recovery group, L3, kind of a preview here, in February, we're doing a launch party for online L3 resources, which means anybody, anywhere can start an L3. First, we'll take them through, a background check and make sure it's somebody we want leading one. But as long as they are somebody that we can qualify, they are going to be able to start one up at an apartment complex, in a prison, in another state. It doesn't matter. If somebody needs recovery, they're going to be able to do that. They'll have videos, leader guides, lesson sheets, everything that they need to start a recovery group, and that will be offered out for free. So people will be able to start those without the cost barrier. A lot of the recovery groups that there are now, you have to spend thousands of dollars just to get them going, and that becomes a barrier. And we want to just release that so God can keep working in people's lives without running into those financial barriers. But even that requires us to be able to pay up front to get those resources done and put them out. And we're only able to do that because of your faithfulness in giving and in your generosity. So this whole year has just been amazing. Our foster closet's growing. That is packing out the top rooms and busting at the seams. The We Hear You group that the Kaczynski started is a group that actually helps foster parents with everything that they need for support. And that has been huge. There's been 3 or 4 adoptions from the parents that are in that support group that have moved from fostering to adopting. And having a space to have that meeting requires us to have a building, and that is something that your giving has helped to provide. I know that Jacob Baukers has a ministry where he does podcasts and does videos and helps people work through their problems and their different issues using that medium. And that's because we have a studio upstairs, which again comes from your giving. And so we have just seen so many awesome opportunities for our church and also outside ministries. Corinne has a podcast now, The Word of Their Testimony. That's come through ministry that's happened at the church, empowering her to launch out in that ministry. That's been a huge thing. And so really our church, other ministries, Tina also started a ministry years ago called Gifts from the Heart, where she gives out and helps people in need. And she was able to use our church and our facility in order to host that for giving. We have 2 other churches meeting at the Beat. One at 1 o'clock is a Hispanic church, and there's another one that's starting up in January that's going to meet at 5 o'clock. So it's providing an opportunity for other people to come in and start churches and minister to people of other languages. I mean, so many good things are happening. The King's Kids, Robert Hall has King's Kids that he does, and he's getting support and love through our church to build his own life and stay encouraged as he does that. But he's reaching out to 40, 50, 60 kids, depending on the night, that don't have dads, and he's been a blessing to them. Men's ministry, youth group. Our men's breakfast just had almost 50 guys in it this last Saturday. Being able to have the food for that, being able to have the facilities for that, comes through your giving. So when you guys are using your tithes and your offerings to give and support the church, that's not going to new cyber trucks for pastors or fancy shoes. That's going for really the heart of ministry, and we're trying to be faithful stewards of that. And we are thankful that you guys are being faithful stewards of tithing, giving, offering, and just generosity that allows all of it to happen. So thank you for that. And we're looking at another year of awesome growth and expansion of what God might do through us and through your giving. So thank you. And we look forward to partnering with you again in 2025 and continuing to see what amazing things God has ahead.
Thanks, guys.